Hello there, this is Only One Kenobi here, Only One. A few changes have been happening in the background. If you are a Patreon or channel member, you will have seen a video where I have been rearranging in here. I took all the vehicles out, gave all the shelves a good wipe, and I hoovered or vacuumed the floor, which is a rare thing. And I also did that carefully so I didn't suck up any accessories, blasters, etc. But that's all good. So it's not really the final set out yet, but I was just playing around in here. It does take a lot of effort when you make changes like that. But still, if you want to see a bit more backstage tour or look at what I've been doing, become a Patreon or channel member for as little as 99 pence. You can get access to some of the videos there. So anyway, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the construction of IB3D's Star Destroyer bridge. I have put it together once before, but I haven't featured it on its own with some figures and stuff like that. There's two different ways you can do it. There is a Star Destroyer, I'd say that's a blast door frame there. You can do that. You can display it with that, I mean. There's also the window design as well you can use. So there's two different ways of doing it. The movie that comes to mind for the bridge of the Star Destroyer is The Empire Strikes Back, of course. So there's a load of different characters you can use. Bounty hunters, technicians, Vader, of course, Tarkin. You can even go for a Revenge of the Sith diorama, you know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. Alrighty, so let's get it all set up. The pieces include these kind of block sections here. They're beautifully painted by Ian. Fantastic. You can get them painted or not painted depending on what you want. There's some control panels there as well that could be put into the diorama. There are seats. All 3D printed, that's amazing. Pretty nifty. I haven't actually put a character sat in one of those chairs yet, so we're yet to see what that's like. There are floor panels. Not as shiny as, you can see the 3D printed effect on there. Not as shiny as some floors you can get. Probably just, le falta un poquito de gloss. They're pretty nifty. They can be added to it as well. And there's one Vader figure that I really want to use with this. This is a terrible figure from the front, but it's beautiful from the back. Look at that sculpt of that robe. That's just him, isn't it? But from the front, it's not necessarily the best Vader. It's that weird one that's a kind of, you piece it together. I think it came with the rack, whatever you call that thing. I've actually put a different Vader on that one. A Vader that looks slightly better. It's got soft goods on that one because I fell in love with that figure that way and haven't really put it on any dioramas yet. Beautiful. So that's potentially one looking out at the stars, you know what I mean? That's what Vader does, man. Right, we're going to stop there on design number one. I'm going to give you a close-up look at it. It is getting darker in here, but I think we're all right. There it is. There's the trench there. It's nice, isn't it? The fact that you've got this other section that goes in there. I don't recall in the movies seeing that part. I dare say it does exist, although that kind of gives me New Hope vibes. You know, that guy who says, no life forms were aboard. The guy talking to Vader on the Tantive 4, there's kind of like a little room that's behind him or something, kind of with controls going off and stuff. I don't know. Reminds me of that, but it's a nice piece, isn't it? I like that. Brilliant. Secret section there. And these floor panels fit in like so. Doesn't necessarily have the gloss that some Imperial floors do, but it doesn't really matter. I don't remember seeing gloss on a Star Destroyer trench anyway. Deep in the darkness. There's all the light panels. They're great, aren't they? I like that. And here's the top surface. Now, maybe it's a slight criticism, but my friend Daniel Chart, he sort of flagged the thought that maybe this should have been sanded down. But I quite like that texture. I don't know why, but maybe that would have been smooth. I really don't know. I've not been on a Star Destroyer before. That is the top section, but I'm not bothered by that. And this is the first frame. This is very good for bounty hunters, I'd say, but I'm not going to necessarily display mine with that. I'm going to keep that separate, this frame. I'll take it off now and show it to you. There's the detail. Just a few paint applications there, setting it off. Very nice. So my plan is to just have that on the wall in the background over there, you know, probably behind those dudes. In fact, do you want me to go and show you that now? Bear with me. Yeah, I seem to have two Boba Fett's in the way. Let's get rid of one of them. So that's kind of nice. It's a little bit of a background there. Sets it off a little bit more, doesn't it? So that's the option there of having that. Had this setup last a few weeks ago, but this looks really good at the end of it. Now, one thing that I've noticed, I'm going to mount the camera. I'm going to need to add a bit of glue to this now. I thought gravity would hold it together. So if you put those like that, you see? I thought that they fell into each other and there would be, you see, you've got two pieces, these here like that. And one goes there and one goes that. And I thought equilibrium would keep them in place, but it doesn't. So Ian just said to me to glue them together. I haven't glued them with anything permanent yet. Yeah, they don't stay. There's too much weight on that side, so it falls away. So all you need to do is, well, all I need to do is glue that together and then it'll be all right. But I'm going to use a bit of blue tack just for now. Right, there you go. So I've only used blue tack, so it might not be totally flush. Still, you get the idea. Alrighty, so the first thing I want to do is give you a shot of it all together. There's the window. It's nice, isn't it? Very iconic. Very, well, I can see Empire Strikes Back there. I can also see Revenge of the Sith. So it's alright, isn't it? It's good. I'm going to get some more accessories into it now. The chairs, the controls. So I really don't know which way around you're supposed to do it, but you can have them any way, like maybe like that. Open it up a bit more. You can have one in there maybe, perhaps like that. And then let's just lob stuff in, man. You know what I mean? Kind of opens it up a bit more with them flanking it like that. There's a bit of the chair there. I know it's not on the black part, but who cares? I'm just trying to spread it. I brought down the technician specifically because I want to get this guy sat down. You definitely see the grey uniform guys. One of them has a headset. Sat around on the Star Destroyers. So he'll be a good candidate as a figure to put in there. So I'm standing there just to give you some scale first. It's very good. Now, where's Vader? Now, also on Star Destroyers, you do see these guys, even though they're known as like, you know, Imperial Commanders, whatever they are, you see them everywhere. Quite a lot of them on the Death Star Troopers, but they are also, you see them, the very first shot of Empire Strikes Back with Admiral Ozzel walking down the corridor. Just take him off his stand for now. Just get him on there. You can get them down in the trench as well. And then I think I'm going to put my Vader in there now. Fantastic. Brilliant. Nice. It's quite funny how on a small diorama on this, I'm more tempted to use blue tack for the figures because there's not much foot space. And these also now seem more clunky. However, these stands also made by Ian, which are great stands anyway, are also more ideal for having them stood on there. They'll totally blend in with the black floor there. This is Admiral Piet I've got in my hand here. That's a great figure, that, by the way. It's a perfect figure to have with this as well. He is actually down there, isn't he? Piet is definitely down there and he looks up to Bosk. At one of the points anyway. Obviously this trench is quite long, so there will be bits where you've got the side section where you have the bounty hunters. They're going through a blast door. Obviously the blast doors don't go out the front of the ship, do they? It's the windows, so you can have it any way you want. I'll just bring that back for you, but it's going to give you a high shot now, like going down on this. It's a really cool looking piece. I'm going to pull back, give you some scale. It's quite a big piece, quite a tall piece. I've measured my shelves through there, and that bottom shelf, there's more space between the two of them, so this will fit there. The actual height of the piece, I measured it just before, it is under 10 inches, so it's about 25, just under 25 centimeters in length. And it's the same, in height, sorry, I should say. And it's the same for this piece here. This is the blast door frame, and that is about the same height as the window frame. So just so you know. I hope I've got that right, Ian. I know you watch these videos, and I can pin your comment if I'm wrong on that. Let's Boba up there as well, why not? Now the next thing I want to do is I want to get this guy sat down on one of these chairs. Yeah, that's a bit better. He grips a bit better. He was sliding around on the glass. I just got him sat on there. I love the noises that Ben Burt or whoever created that noise. Have you noticed that is it The Empire Strikes Back? Let me try and do that again, hang on. It's a Star Destroyer noise. You hear it when he says, well, there's no trace of them, sir. You know, Captain Neither. When they lose the Falcon, I'm sure you hear that noise. And you hear it other places as well. Now then, I'm sure you'd all love to see what Tarkin's like up there. It's very much a Revenge of the Sith thing now. Hang on, you can't see what I'm doing. There you go. And also the Emperor. This is quite a good Emperor here. This is perfect for the Revenge of the Sith, this. Having them both together, looking out across the stars. Goodbye, Fett, let's get rid of you. There is a specific one you can get for Revenge of the Sith. That one's the one from the Death Star Briefing Saga collection, so I think it's the same figure, but I don't know about the insignia. He has the same. Anyway, I don't know if I like that. This is a lovely Emperor looking at him that way, but from the back it looks wrong, so I think you'd probably be better off. And there you have Vader and the Emperor. I know some of you, I think, yeah, he is on the left-hand side, I think, isn't he? I can't remember. I've not seen Revenge of the Sith for a while, but I'll try it the other way in case I'm getting it wrong. Let's have a look. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. You can do whatever you want with this piece. Personally, I think I'm going to... It's a nice excuse to kind of like have a little bit of action for the Empire Strikes Back. You know, I'm a bit torn. I'm not sure if I'm going to have some bounty hunters on there or just use it for my technicians and some other Imperial entourage. Get a guy in there maybe. Should we try that out? Let's get Tarkin in here. Is he too tall for that? Oh no, he fits in and he's on a stand as well. How about that? Yeah, man. Tarkin's in there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on this. I think it's pretty cool for what it is. And it's just a beautiful piece of 3D printing. It's solid. After it's painted, you know, it really kind of sets it off. It's a nice depiction of the interior of a Star Destroyer, which is a huge vehicle in itself. I don't know if you'll forgive me if I don't put some bounty hunters up there, so let's go and get them. Yeah, I don't know if you'll forgive me if I don't put some bounty hunters in here, and I want to see what they're like as well. It's funny that now I look at this display and the size of it compared to the stands I already have. It's another plug for you, Ian. How good, I mean, I love these stands anyway, and I've got a review on them, so do check that out. So much better if you to hook the figure into them. Especially now we've got these figures that have got really shallow peg holes. I just love these anyway, but they're actually a little more compact anyway, you know what I mean? They're not taking over the display. I mean, stands are good for when you've got figures, you know, en masse, you know what I mean? Just standing with no diorama, just spread. They're great like that, but when you've got a tight diorama like this, you don't necessarily want to use them. And that's one exception where I don't mind using blue tack. But with regards to these anyway, just, again, look how more compact they are. A bit more flexibility, I'd say. So there's another little nod to your excellent stands, Ian. How about this, man? I'm loving that. That looks great. I might take some photographs of this now. Really good. Where's Vader gone? Where are you? Let's get you here. Looking at the boys. It looks like they're kicking off against Vader. I wouldn't go there, pals. I wouldn't go there, lads. I think he'd probably have all of yous. He would, wouldn't he? Wouldn't even need to light his lightsaber. Anyway, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed that. Oh, it doesn't quite work, I don't think, having that at the front of the trench, but this could be a side piece. Let me just get rid of this. The trenches run all around the front of the Star Destroyer, so this could be a side piece, couldn't it? So that's what that looks like with that in the background. It's kind of like, obviously, a trench system. This could be the side, couldn't it? And then the main bit goes that way. So that's what it would look like with Vader going towards the blast door background. The boys, the great bounty hunter figures. These aren't they? There's Sorry about that. All I wanted to say was there's VC01 Dengar, and then we've got Mass Destruction. I think I'm going to stop there, ladies and gentlemen. That's quite enough for me. I hope you've enjoyed looking at this piece. I think it's pretty cool, man. And Ian Butler will be at Echo Base Live, and also I will be going now as well. I wasn't going to go to Echo Base, but I am now, so I'm looking forward to meeting you, Ian. Saturday the 13th of April. Then make sure you go see IB3D, man. Go check out his stuff. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only One. Out.